information about Atomy Rhubarb Queen.
네, 안녕하세요.
Good afternoon all.
네, 반갑습니다.
Good to see you all.
여러분, 사춘기라고 아시죠? 사춘기를 이기는 게 뭐죠?
What's
갱년기입니다.
scarier than the adolescence?
사춘기를 왜
It's
갱년기가
menopause.
이기냐?
Menopause
간단합니다.
defeats
사춘기는
adolescence
정확히 말하면 나도 나를 몰라입니다.
because we
내가
don't
왜
know
이러지?
ourselves
조절이 안
in
되네?
our
그래서
menopausal period.
근데 갱년기도
And the moods
나를
are also
내가
rapidly
몰라요.
changing in
갑자기
the
막
adolescence.
우울해요.
And the same goes for the
갑자기 짜증이
menopause.
나요.
We feel
사춘기랑
depressed, we feel anxious,
갱년기가
and we feel
하나가 더
bad.
있어요.
But there's something
갱년기는
more
얼굴이
than
빨개져요.
the adolescence. What that
그다음에
is the
심장이
face
확 뜁니다.
blushing and heart beating.
사춘기는 얼굴이
But in
빨개지지 않아요.
adolescence,
심장도 뛰지
face
않아요. 그래서
doesn't turn red,
갱년기가
the heart
사춘기를
doesn't beat.
이깁니다.
So that's why I
그래서
said
우리
menopause
회사가
defeats adolescence.
의장님께서 말씀하신 것 중에 좋은 게 있죠. 양자택이라고 들어보셨나요?
Have you ever heard of
오늘은
our
양자택입니다.
principle,
질병에 관한 정보도 얻으시고
Genius of the
제품에 관한
Ant?
정보도
And this is the
얻으셔가지고
product of the
우리
Genius
한번
of the
좋은 시간이
Ant.
됐으면 좋겠습니다.
So
자, 제목 다
please
같이 한번
listen
크게
carefully
읽어볼까요?
to my
시작!
lecture. Please read out this title, Smart Way to
네,
Overcome
지금부터
Menopause.
말씀드리겠습니다.
So let me
자,
start.
갱년기 증상은 평균 1, 2년 지속된다.
The
맞나요,
menopausal
틀리나요?
symptoms will last for a year or two.
틀립니다.
Right or wrong?
최소
It's wrong.
5년입니다.
It lasts
길게 10년,
for at least 5
10년도 넘어가는
years.
경우가
And
있습니다.
sometimes it could be more than
그러면
10 years.
70 이상의 나이는
And then the next
갱년기로
question
고생을
is,
한다, 안 한다?
even the women in their 70s in order could
합니다.
suffer from menopausal
70세가 넘었다
symptoms? Yes, it's
안심하시면 절대로 안 됩니다.
correct. So even though you're in your
갱년기는
70s and or order,
참고
you
견디는
could
것이
not be
답이다.
free
맞나요?
from it. And is this
네,
is
X입니다.
like putting up with the menopausal
갱년기는
system is the only
절대로
way? No,
참고
never.
견디시면 안 됩니다.
Don't try to put up
제가
with
두 가지
menopausal
사진을
symptoms.
보여드리겠습니다.
Let me show you these two
이쪽에 계신 분이
pictures.
섹시 아가씨.
The left one
누군지
is our
아시겠죠?
sexy lady, you know?
갱년기
Who is she?
관리를
Who she
다 하신
is?
분이십니다.
She's really good at
이쪽에 있는
managing
분은
her menopause.
갱년기
But the
관리를
next one
못하신 분입니다.
is failing to manage
자세가
her
같나요,
menopause.
다르나요?
See the posture. The
다릅니다.
postures are different.
갱년기가 오게 되면
If the
일단은 뼈가
menopause
물러져가지고요.
comes,
또
we might
인지기능,
have less bone
건망증이
density,
생기고, 그다음에 균형
and
능력도 떨어지기
our
때문에
balance
자세가
system will
틀어지게
also
됩니다.
go wrong.
그래서
So something
여성들의
wrong,
갱년기를
something
넘어서서
wrong
어떻게
happens
자세가
with
되는지
my
제가 보여드릴게요.
posture. So let me show you the
일단
picture one
갱년기에 들어가서
more.
관리를 못 하시게
When we are in the
되면
menopause,
여성들은 다리가
our legs, the
옷자가
woman's legs will
대부분이 이렇게
bend
O자가
like
됩니다.
this, like this O shape.
O자가 되면서
The
이
legs
상체가
will
앞으로 이렇게
go
기울어집니다.
to circle, and
넘어질
the
것
back
같죠?
will bend like
그래서
this,
손을
and we
이렇게
need to
붙입니다.
put our hands in order to strike the
그래서 이렇게 딱
balance.
잡고 손으로
And
밀어주는
then we
거거든요.
need to push the
그래서
back in order to
걸으면
strike a
이렇게
balance.
붙습니다,
So many people, many women walk like this in their
이게
menopause.
갱년기를 잘 관리 못한 사람의
This
보행입니다.
could happen to the one who failed to
이렇게
manage their
섹시 아가씨가
menopause.
되시겠어요? 관리
Who do you
못하시는
want to
분이
be, the
되겠어요?
sexy lady or the right one?
네, 그래서 우리 한번 갱년기에
So
대해서 알아보려고
let's
합니다.
dig into
여성의
the
일상과
menopause.
호르몬에서
This is the life cycle of women and the hormonal changes. The important hormone is the estrogen. When I work at the hospital, I met a lot of patients, and people ask me, "What's the function of the estrogen?" Let me say there are 4 functions. First, anti-oxidation. Second,
세 번째, 세포 증식.
creating more elasticity and creating more cells. These are the 3 major functions of the estrogen. Since it could create more cells, women could have their period and they will make more cells and they have their period. And then the elasticity of their blood vessels will also go up so that they could maintain healthy. But after like 40 years, that elasticity will go down. It could make some issues in our heart, bone, and vessels.
점점점 짜주는
Since
게
our
힘들어집니다.
heart will lose its
혈관은
elasticity, it
탄성을
might
잃어서
have hard
혈액이
time
공급이
beating. And
원활하지가 않게
then the
됩니다.
vessels will also lose its
뼈는
elasticity,
세포
so
증식이 안
it could
됩니다.
not
그래서 뼈가
circulate the
물러져서
blood,
골
and
가공증이 생깁니다.
the bone density
그런데
will also be
여기
decreased.
보시면은 감정의 변화가 생깁니다.
And one more,
우울하고
that is the
불안하고
rapid mood
답답하고.
changes. We might feel
이거는
anxious, we might
뇌에서
feel
문제를 생기긴
depressed.
하지만
This is because of the
내가
issues in the brain,
나를
but at the
조절할
same
수
time,
없다고
that is
하면
because we
사람들이
cannot
불안해집니다.
control ourselves.
내가 원치
If we
않는데
lose the
갑자기
self-control,
얼굴이
people
빨개져요.
might get
내가
depressed.
원치 않는데
I don't
갑자기
want
심장이
it, but
막 뛰기
our
시작해요.
heart beating and
여러분 제가
our
팔이 이러고 있는데
face
내가 원치
turning
않는데
red.
팔이 막 이러면
Let's say if your
불안하겠어요? 안
arms
불안하겠어요?
are like shaking
불안합니다.
by
그럼
themselves,
여성들은
and you might
갱년기에
feel really
들어가게 되면
depressed and
할 수
anxious.
없이
So that's
불안하게
why
되는
many
증상을
women
겪게 됩니다.
feel depressed and anxious in their
그래서
menopause.
병원에서는 에스트로겐 호르몬을 줍니다. 먹는 것도
So
주고
normally
주사도
doctors
주고
prescribe
패치를
pills
붙여서
or
이렇게
injections or
에스트로겐을
the
치료를
patch
하기도
in
합니다.
order to provide more
근데
estrogens to these kind of
사람들이 이
patients.
호르몬 치료를
But
받는 거를
many
무서워합니다.
people feel afraid
무서워하는
of
가장
getting
큰 이유가
hormonal
뭐죠?
therapy
암에
because
걸릴까 봐.
because there are
그래서
some like risk
우리나라에서 이
of
복지부에서 조사를 했더니
developing
암에
cancers.
걸려서 못하겠다. 내가 암에 걸릴까 두려워서
So according to
치료를
the
내가 못
survey,
받겠다.
many
이런 사람들이
people
많이 있습니다.
said they are afraid
그래서
of developing a
호르몬을
cancer
치료할
due to
때는
the
꼭 의사의
hormonal
상담이
therapy.
필요합니다.
That's why
어떤
we need
사람이냐?
to get some
유방암이 있던 사람,
prescription from the
자궁
doctors,
내막암이
especially
있던 사람,
women with
혈전이 있던 사람,
endometrial cancer,
담낭염증이 있던
ovarian
사람,
cancer,
간염이 있던 사람,
or
이런
like gallbladder
사람들은요,
diseases or
호르몬을 치료할 때
hepatitis. When these
상담이
people
필요하다고 합니다.
need to get
그
some
얘기는
hormonal therapy, they
이런
need to
게
have a consultation
생길
with
수
the
있다는
doctor
얘기죠.
because there are some
그럼
risk of the side
불안하잖아요.
effects
이거 해야
as
되나?
such.
말아야
And
되나?
you might
이런
feel
불안감이 생기는 거죠.
you might
이
feel
호르몬을
afraid
치료할 때 이제 부작용이 몇 개 있습니다.
because
그중에
there are some
가장
side effects of
대표적인
the
게
hormonal
생리가
changes.
끝났는데 생리가 나옵니다.
The major
질
one
출혈이
is
있기도
the
하고요. 자궁 내막암이 생기기도 하고
colporrhea and
유방암이 생기기도 하고 이런 여러 가지
any risk of
부작용들이
the breast
없을 수
cancer
없습니다. 그러다
and
보니까
pains in
호르몬
the
치료가
breast.
사람들이
Because
생각보다
of
많이
this
안
kind
해요.
of hormonal
우리나라에서
therapy,
갱년기 여성들 중에서
people
호르몬
are
치료를 받는
reluctant to
사람은
get the hormonal therapy.
8.6%입니다.
Only
얼마 안 되죠?
8.6% decided to get the hormonal
고생하고
therapy.
있는
And
겁니다.
other than them
그래서
are
갱년기는
suffering
어떻게 하면
from
좋으냐?
the symptoms of the
영양관리가
menopause.
필요합니다.
And in order to
먼저
treat it, we need to have
이런
a
그
balanced
탄산음료
diet.
이런 거 드시면
First
안
of all, we
됩니다.
need to refrain
수분이 많이
from
빠져나가기
drinking a
때문에
lot of
대신에
sparkling
물을 많이 드셔야
sparkling
됩니다.
beverage, and we
에터미
need
물을
to
많이 드시고
consume
그다음에
as
비타민을
much
드셔야
as water
됩니다.
possible, and we
미네랄을
need to
드셔야
take
되고
we need to
비타민
take vitamins and minerals, E, K, D vitamins.
그래서
And
우리가 부족한
then
부분들을
we need to
먹는 거로
supplement
채워줘야
what
되는
we
그런
need in our
필요성들이
body.
영양가에
We need
의해서
to
꼭
consume
필요합니다.
this
이것만
kind of
필요하냐?
food by food
저녁에
or
중식을
other
많이
like
드시면 안
supplements.
되고요.
And then
지방.
we should not have
지방이
a
진짜
heavy
중요합니다.
dinner. And
최근
next
의사들의
is
저희
fats.
의학 논문에 보면은
Recent article
당뇨병을
states
제일 많이
that
일으키는 거는
major
지방이
contributor
탄수화물이
of the
아니라
diabetes
지방이다.
is
이렇게 결론이 나
fats.
있습니다. 그래서 당뇨의 주 원인은
So the major
1번
contributor of the
지방,
diabetes is
2번
fats,
탄수화물
and
이렇게 돼 있기 때문에
the second one is
지방
the
섭취를 줄이시는 게
carbohydrate.
중요합니다. 그리고 섬유질을 꼭
And
드셔야
then
됩니다.
what is important is
자, 그럼 잘
in
보시면
taking
여기 나오는 모든 균형
fibers.
잡힌 영양 관리에 있는 식품들이 우리 애터미에
As you can
있을까요,
see,
없을까요?
and
우린
we
다
have the
있습니다.
product that
우린 다
contains
있습니다.
all of
그래서
these
보시면은 우리 뭐 없는 게
components.
없어요.
We have
오메가3도
all.
있고,
We have omega-3,
비타민, 칼슘도 있고,
calcium, vitamin D,
EDD,
vitamin
K도
K,
있고, 그다음에
and
사전
also
잡티,
we also have the
섬유질도 있기
fiber,
때문에
which
이런
is the
관련된
psyllium
식품들을 같이
husk.
먹어주시면
You could take
그러면
all of
이
this
갱년기에
relevant
우리가
supplements
넘어갈
all
수 있는
together in order to
좋은
improve the
그런,
menopausal
방법들이
symptoms.
됩니다. 자, 그러면 이걸로만 넘어갈 수 있을까요?
Then is it all?
그러진 않습니다.
No.
그래서
We
그동안
have more.
우리가 소포라 퀸을
So far we've been selling sulfur
먹게
queen.
되면은 우리가 이소프라빈 때문에 그래서
It has a lot of isoflavone,
이쪽 좋은 쪽에만 약간 활성화시켜서
so
그래서
it could
갱년기
activate
증상을
the
예방한다.
estrogen
그래서 우리가
in some
검사를
parts,
했더니
and it could
갱년기
improve the
관련
menopausal
지수들이
symptoms. And
좋아졌더라.
the study
해서
found
이
out that
소프라퀸이
it could
좋은
improve
약입니다.
the menopausal
그러면
symptoms, and
이거
sulfur queen
하나로만 다
is
되느냐?
a good
그런 거
product,
아닙니다.
but it
그래서
is not
우리가
like it cannot cure all. So Atomy decided to develop a really good product. Let's watch the video. Hello, I am Center Leader Lee Hak-sung from Colma B&H. The rhubarb root extract is good for menopausal symptoms. It has been used in Germany since 1950s, and it has been used for the past 70 years. FDA in the US also conducted research, and this ingredient is registered as a new ingredient of NDI, and it is also classified as an NHP in Canada. Of course, in Korea, this is also registered as a food functional food. Like this, so many countries have been using this product as a food functional, a health functional food and the medicines. It is really safe. It also have the result of the experiment of the 2 years, so it has already proven the safety of taking for a long period of time. In this food, there are a lot of estrogens, and it is good for activating the estrogen. There is an estrogen receptor that makes estrogen react to the signals, and now it is reported that there are alpha receptor and the beta receptor. We need to pay attention to the beta receptor of the estrogen. In beta receptor, there, like it is in the bone and the lung, but it doesn't exist in the breast and the uterus. And this receptor activates selectively the estrogen, so it could prevent any possible diseases, the vascular diseases and other diseases from developing. And also, it could relieve the menopausal symptoms in a more stable and safe manner. And there is a indicator called MRS to see how serious the menopausal symptoms are. There are 11 evaluations in MRS. These are the least, and those are the major symptoms of the menopause. And then it shows that every 11 symptoms have been improved after taking rhubarb for 4 weeks. And after that, the symptoms have been improved over and over. One of the major symptoms of the menopause is the facial blushing, and that facial blushing has been also improved a lot. And we need to pay attention to the indicator related to the depression and instability, like physical and the mental instability. And there is an indicator that evaluates the life quality of a menopausal woman. Every indicator shows that there has been an improvement. Rhubarb root extract is more safe ingredient that improves the menopausal symptoms, and it is competitive not only in Korea but also around the world. I'm sure that it is an excellent ingredient. Since we have this competitive ingredient, we are doing our best to develop much better product, and we will do our best to secure this kind of good ingredient. Thank you very much.
네, 그래서 우리 애터미가 루바브 퀸이라는
Yes, as such, we developed a product, Atomy Rhubarb Queen, and it will be launched next week.
평가를 했더니
We have already conducted a study, and it found out that it improved relevant indicator such as life quality, facial blushing improvement, and depression improvement. Why? As he mentioned previously, estrogen acts not only in the alpha receptor but also in the beta receptor. I mentioned estrogen could create more cells, so it could create more cells in the uterus and breast. And in this case, it could be developed as a capsule. So we don't we don't need to touch on the ARPA receptor, but rhubarb is only acting on the beta receptor, so that it could strengthen our bone, heart, and the vessels and the brain. The rhubarb is also good for preventing dementia. And it is also good for amnestic syndrome. Because rhubarb is activating on the beta receptor, we could take this take this product for a long period of time. You might see the improvement after taking this for 4 weeks, and you could take only a capsule a day. So I think it is really simple, and you could take it simpler than before. And there are some products of like using rhubarb, but our product is different from the other competitor. First of all, this is natural. This is natural vegan product. Since it is derived from the natural ingredient, it doesn't have any synthetic product. And there are a lot of sub-ingredients in this product. It could relieve the stress, depression, anxiety, and so on. So we could improve any depression symptoms as well. Not only that, it also contains vitamin D, and which could help the absorption, and it also has the metabolic. It also has the metabolic ingredient. So I'm sure that our product is quite different from the other product in the market. As we can see from this picture, we have this picture of sexy lady, and the next, and there is the one who failed to manage their menopause. So let me show you, as our chairman does. It is contained in this small box, so it is really easy to carry. And if you open this box, it is in this small box, so you could carry it everywhere. And I'm sure that you could take this product for an entire month. I would like to ask for your choice. Do you want to walk like this? Or do you want to walk like this, like a sexy lady? This is totally up to you. Then, do women have menopause? No. Man could be also affected by the menopause. We are now preparing and we are now developing a product for the man's menopause.